Elle, we have never been here before. Well, that is for LeBron James. He has never lost a first-round series, 14-0 in his career, and a critical Game 6 as his team faces elimination. He averages nearly 34 points in potential elimination games in his career. That's the highest scoring average in NBA history by anyone who's played at least 5 such games. But LeBron needs help from his backcourt, namely from Dennis Schroeder. The point guard scored 20-plus in the 2 Laker wins, but put up a goose egg in Game 5, averaging just 7 points in the 3 losses against the Suns. Meanwhile, Phoenix just 1 win away from their first playoff series win since 2010. After trailing 2-1 in this series, they went to LA, took Game 4 before dominating the Lakers in Game 5, winning by 30. And the big story, Anthony Davis' status could make or break the postseason for the Lakers. He missed Game 5 with a strained groin and will be a game-time decision tonight for Game 6. AD has gone for 34 in each of the Lakers' wins this series. Senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski joining us now with much more on SportsCenter. And Woj, what's going to determine whether Davis plays tonight?
Kevin, simply I was told in the last hour that if the Lakers medical staff clears Anthony Davis, he's ready to play. So that's going to continue to be a game-time decision. Remember, he came out, tried to loosen that groin up before Game 5. It was determined that he wouldn't play. But if the Lakers medical staff gives him clearance, he's ready to go with the Lakers down 3-2 in this must-win game against the Suns.
Okay, Woj, what about Chris Paul's status after re-injuring his shoulder in Game 5?
Well, Kevin, he's expected to go and play tonight against the Lakers. Certainly, he was in great pain after that collision with Wesley Matthews in Game 5. But I'm told that, listen, he's going to have to continue to play with some level of discomfort with this injury. But as you've seen in this series, he's continued to fight through it, and he'll certainly be out there tonight trying to close LA out in this first-round series.
We will monitor the storylines surrounding the health status of CP3 and Anthony Davis leading up the tip-off. Woj with the very latest. Of course, the big story surrounds LeBron James, Elle.
It certainly does, Kevin, who, by the way, with his back against the wall, has come up big in playoff elimination games. He went for 45, shot over 70% from the field in Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals against Boston. He and the Heat went on to win it all. We keep putting more respect on his name. Who could forget his performance in Game 5 and 6 of the 2016 Finals against the Warriors, right? Down 3-1. LeBron goes for 41 in back-to-back games, evens the series. By the way, his epic block in Game 7 helps the Cavs win the title. And then, of course, Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics. LeBron comes 1 assist shy of a 40-point triple-dub. He'd go on for 46 and 11 and a 10-point win over Boston. His Cavs won Game 7. They, of course, were swept by Golden State in the finals. But LeBron has so clutch in elimination games is what you need to know. However, this is new territory for him. First time that his team has trailed 3 games to 2 in a first-round series. But again, he's gone 14-10 in playoff games when his team faces elimination. And his teams have a 5-4 record in Game 6 when trailing a series 3-2, as the Lakers do right now. Speaking of elimination, we want to thank so much Stephen A. Smith joining us here despite the fact that he is mourning. His Knicks were put down, of course, yesterday unceremoniously by the Atlanta Hawks. So thank you in this difficult time for joining us here, Stephen A. I do want to shift gears and talk about the Lakers. How much faith do you have in LeBron and this Lakers team that they can win tonight if AD can't play?
Well, that's 2 parts. I have all the faith in the world in LeBron James. I have close to 0 faith in the Los Angeles Lakers. They've been anemic. They haven't been on the same page. They've been walking around with a laissez-faire attitude all year long, feeling themselves because they were the reigning defending NBA champions. Everybody could tell throughout this season that they simply were not on their game. That's not something we customarily say about LeBron James, and we're not going to say that now. He always seems to be ready. It takes an injury to slow him down or to stop him, but what he gives you is something you can usually depend on. And that's why coming into tonight's game, a lot of people will expect the Los Angeles Lakers to lose. What they'll be looking for is how LeBron goes down. if indeed they fall in Game 6 and he ends up suffering the first round playoff loss of his illustrious career, will he go down swinging? Will he go down like somebody like a Kobe, like an MJ and others who are assassins that will go after it and they'd swing the hammer and they'd go for and they swing for the fences? Or is he going to be a bit passive like he was in Game 5 and sit around and watch as his teammates and himself succumb to the avalanche of stuff that's thrown their way by the Phoenix Suns? That's the question.
I understand at this point in his career, fair or not, everything surrounding LeBron James is a legacy question. But how would a potential first-round exit tonight affect his?
I don't think it affects his legacy. The fact of the matter is he's a 4-time champion, a 4-time league MVP, went to the finals, 9 straight years or 9 times in 10 years. I mean, we can't dispute that. And a first-round exit is not going to taint his legacy unless you come out and you wet the bed. I mean, if you get blown out by 30 in the first half and then get blown out by 30 for the game and you languish around like the rest of the players, giving absolutely no resistance whatsoever to the Phoenix Suns as guys like Cameron Payne and DeAndre Ayton, of course, Devin Booker, and an injured Chris Paul run roughshod over you, then that's something that's going to stick with a few people, no question about it. But as long as he comes out aggressive, looking to make something happen, if they end up falling because the Phoenix Suns just appear to be a better team, I think everybody can accept that, particularly with Anthony Davis so hobbled.
And a LeBron James injury as well. We just showed it, and it's always worth mentioning as we compare Michael Jordan and LeBron. Nobody in history averages more points in elimination games than LeBron James. Not even Michael Jordan. He's number 2.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.